quite remember now when we did meet. I've been knowing you so long.
I know, it is a long time, that's right.
Gracious alive, but
I've still got the record, though, of you doing the song Gossip, Gossip, Evil Thing.
You
that
got
you
that?
gave me the first time you came here, yes.
Is that so?
I've still got that record,
Well,
yes.
then that's a long time ago.
It has been
My
a long time
goodness.
ago.
I don't know whether I was still in college or after college.
No, it was after college.
After college.
Yeah,
And I finished
but it was
in
before you started doing the Old Deacon and Amen.
Oh my, yeah, because
Yeah.
oh yeah, I knew you long before
Oh
then.
yeah, that's right.
I finished college in 1929.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I would have been fairly young then. I would have still been 16.
You were?
Yeah.
No, yeah. Well, that was after that.
It was long after that.
Yeah, long after that, because I went to school.
I think it really was after the Second World War when I came
after
home.
the Second World War.
Yeah, that we met,
yeah,
but it was soon after that.
Yeah.
Jester, what is it like for you to come back to this plantation?
Well, this is my first time here at this plantation, and I was just trying to ask Peter some questions about this because I never saw it before, and here I am trying to.
Oh, Jester, you stayed here once before.
I did?
Yes, you did. You used to tease me about taking my bed because you came to Knoxville to conduct a choir. You were having some sort of a symposium or something down in at Pfeiffer College, and you came to Lexington,
I
and then you came back here and stayed with me here.
Stayed with you there?
But you've been here before that.
Oh, I
that.
didn't know that. I'd forgotten it. You see.
Well, okay.
Now that's good
we have to make
someone.
we have to make people remember when they
remember
get to
like that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's right.
Because this looked like the first time I've ever seen such a beautiful thing, and I was thinking, here I am on an old plantation of the Hairstons. that it used to own my grandparents.
That's right.
And all my on my father's side, the Hairstons, they all grew up here along with Squire, like
that's right.
Before Squire's time, but they were all part of this plantation.
Well,
he doesn't make you call them Hairston.
No, they were Hairstons, but I grew up in Pennsylvania, where we said Hairston.
The Yankees taught him wrong how to mispronounce it.
Yeah, yeah. We were called up in Pennsylvania. I grew up in a little town outside of Pittsburgh called Homestead, Pennsylvania, and that's when I was in first and second grade, all up there in that little town in Homestead, and we said Hairston up there. You see, like Yankees, but. I didn't know the Hairston name. My mother used to say Hairstons when she tell us about her husband, you know,
that's right.
Louis Hairston, and she used to talk about we were Hairstons.
Well, you know, yesterday we found some of your cousins over at Blues Creek.
Yeah, over there at Blues Creek.
Where you were born.
Yeah, I was born there.
Well, I'm glad you were born there in North Carolina. Then we can really claim you. So
yeah, I was
that's
born.
All right.
Born in North Carolina on July the 9th, 1901. And was it yesterday we went up there?
Yeah.
Yesterday we went up there, and that's the first that I knew of my old hometown, where I was born in 1901, July the 9th. That's a long time ago. That make me this coming July the 9th, I'll be 92 years old.
Wow. I tell you what, to watch what you can do out there and direct all those 75 people, that's something.
Oh.
Well, the amazing one to me is that, what was it, last year, the year before, you went to Riga and conducted a chorus of 25,000 people from all over Europe.
Russia. Yeah,
I was in Russia. Well, Riga's in Russia.
Estonia.
That's right.
Yeah, I was in Estonia, and I went with a man whose name everybody knows all over the country, Dr. Schuler, Robert Schuler. He's a minister out in California, and he and I have been together. I've been with him for 16 years. conducting his choir at his church. They all know me just like a member of the family. And he told me about this job, wanted to go overseas, and I don't know which one decided to bring me over. But anyway, they wanted me to conduct this choir over. It was a universal choir of all nations all over the world. Didn't come from any one country, all countries. Spoke different languages, and I had charge of all of them. There were 25,000 in the choir, and the audience was 280,000. That's more people than any stadium in the United States can hold. 280,000. You can't name a stadium in this country that holds that many people. From Yankee Stadium all over the country.
Well, there's another story about Jester that is, to me, one of the really amazing ones. Some years ago, he developed a chorus to take to China in order to explain spirituals to the Chinese people. He took 6 months at the University of Southern California and learned enough Mandarin Chinese to address the Chinese in their own language. That, I think, is amazing. That's a true story.
That's right. I wanted to find out. I wanted to say something to the people. The conductor with whom I went to China was Bill Hall. Is today Sunday?
Yep, today's Sunday.
Well, today they're having a big performance about him with him, and I called him and let him know that I couldn't come today because I was coming down here.
Well,
but that's what I changed that. I was supposed to be there with him today because this is a big anniversary of his, and he's a very, very fine musician. But I went with his choir to China, and he knew. I told him I wanted. Well, I went over to conduct his choir, singing some of my songs, and so I went to the University of Pittsburgh, University of California, and told them that I wanted to. I wrote my speech out that I wanted to talk to the Chinese, and I told him. I told the man at the university, I wanted to learn how to say this speech in Chinese. I don't want to learn how to speak the whole Chinese language, but I want to learn how to say this speech. And they taught me how to say that speech. And when we got to China, on the day that we did it, it was so cute. Bill got up there and through an interpreter, he told the audience that I was going to be with the guest conductor in his choir and so forth. And so when he announced me, I give you Jester Hairston, and I walked out and bowed to the people and went into Chinese. And you should have seen them.
I would be surprised myself.
As black as I was, talking real Chinese, and they knew it. They said, "Oh my, he's a soul brother. He's a soul brother."
That's all right.
Everybody was tickled to death, and the choir just fell apart. They said, "Oh no, they never heard." So I had a good time.
That I think, yeah. Well, I think that's wonderful.
Judge Hairston, have you followed Jester's career over the years? How much have you known about what he was doing?
Right much. I keep track of him better than he thinks I do.
I was doing this when I met him.
I tell you, the first thing I ever heard about him was that he wrote all the incidental music to Amos and Andy. And of course, I'm old enough to remember Amos and Andy. Probably you're not, but I am. And I have ever since then. That's been quite a while ago. That's right. But ever since then, I've known about him. And as I say, I knew about him mainly. It was in the 40s, I think, when he got up with my brother, and then I guess it was the 50s before I really met Jester.
Yeah.
But he's an interesting person.
I tell you what, people might enjoy hearing about.
think we probably have told them all by now.
Yeah,
I think we've
yeah,
covered the
I guess
waterfront.
We have told them all.
Okay.
But we've been interested, highly interested in each other
Yeah.
because we had such a varied life, you see.
Yeah,
We were so far apart from each other. Here he was living up here in comfort and so forth, and I was just on the opposite side where I had to struggle all through my life. And I grew up in a little town 7 miles from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, called Homestead, Pennsylvania, and it was a very prejudiced town, and so I had to fight that prejudice all my life and through school and every so forth. But it didn't make me angry. It just made me, I guess, more determined to make a success of my life. It was part of my growing up, and I wasn't angry one bit with the prejudice that I entertained there, because I had many friends, many white friends, all white friends, and I went to school there, and then I was athletic, as small as I am. I was very, very, very good in basketball and football. So when I graduated from high school in a little town outside of Pittsburgh,
You know, the Bugsy
Homestead.
the Bugsy of his day. There's a little basketball player over at Wake Forest. Is about this big. He's now professional down at the Hornets in Charlotte. I tell you, you're the Bugsy of your day.
Is that so?
Yeah, you're the Bugsy of your day.
Well,
I
that's
tease him all the time. It's all right. He teases me, so we get even.
yeah.
Muggsy.
Muggsy Bowes.
Muggsy.
Yeah, Muggsy Bowes.
Well, I was
Of his day.
athletic, and when I was in high school, when I finished high school, before I finished high school, I made quarterback of the football team, and I didn't weigh but 130 pounds. It was quarterback, but I was the best athlete that they had. You see, in those days, you call signals and get the heck out of the road if you were little. And that's what we did. Because all three of the backs were white. Well, I was the only black on the school, on the choir, the football team. And then when I went away to school, I wanted to go to the University of Pittsburgh. That's the first time I ran into prejudice that I knew something about. I didn't know anything about it, but it hit me. After I graduated from high school, I wanted to be like the rest of my friends who were all white, go to Pittsburgh. And then I found out Pittsburgh wouldn't permit blacks to take part in any athletics at all. You could go, all right, because it was a state school, but you couldn't take part. And my teacher was insulted at that remark, and he was white, and he wrote to the University of Massachusetts in Amherst, almost 700 miles or something north. And they said, yeah, if he's that good, he told them about my playing basketball and football, and that I was small. They said, bring him up here, send him up here, we'll take him. We don't care what color he is. And they sent me to Amherst, Massachusetts. Didn't know a thing. I was 700 and some miles from Pittsburgh. And that's where my schooling started, at Amherst, Massachusetts. It was at the University of Massachusetts, not Amherst College. Amherst College was a wealthy school in the same town, but I went to the University of Massachusetts there and made quarterback on a football team in college in 1920. That's a long time ago.
That's a beautiful scene.
don't have the feeling for the scope of the